Hello guys, welcome back to Dark Souls with me, Crudeless. Hi, this is episode 10, round number this time. So in the last episode we defeated the Gaping Dragon boss and the Capra Demon. And in this one, we are going to traverse, not the dark, but we're going to look at the new stuff we got. We actually got the Blight Town key. And remember the second Bell of Awakening is actually down below in the Blight Town. As its name suggests, Blight Town is a place of great pestilence. Even the polluted inhabitants of the depths are aware of its dangers and built this mighty door in hopes that they could remain safely separated. So they actually locked themselves away. Not like Havel did, but they locked themselves away. And that's actually the door back up at where Donal of Xena was. So we have to go back down this little corridor here, and this is the door. So let's talk to Donal, see what he has to say.
Aye, Shemai, I adored.
He doesn't say anything else. Okay, looks like he'll relocate eventually. Let's open this door. And down there is where everything has been thrown away. That is Blight Town. The place that most people despise a lot. That place is a place of terrible lag in the PS3 version of the game. But we're not going down there from this direction because we are going to use, since we have the master key, we can go in from another direction, and I'll try to go. I had never actually done this before, but I might try to gain access to this place from below. So what we want to do is we want to use our... Oh, I'm going to waste my homeward bone just for the sake of speeding this up a little. So we'll spawn back up at the depths bonfire. And we can upgrade our... I guess next we should upgrade our endurance probably if you want... some more rolling skills. I think we should do that. And lastly, I think I'll go for some more attunement spells for our pyromancies. But not yet, not yet anyway. But now we have a lot of things to do up in the Firelink Shrine, because there are some events that we might have missed because we didn't go back after we killed the Capra Demon. Because remember Petrus of Thorland, the cleric guy with the shield that we talked to before we went to the asylum. He is actually the people he was waiting for, the maiden. They actually returned, and this guy's also gone back to Firelink Shrine. So we have a lot of people to catch up with. Ah, that was too close for comfort, to be honest. We could use the ring here, but I won't even bother using it. So. We also need to turn in the large ember to Andre of Astora. And if we do, then he'll be happy and he can upgrade our weapons even further. If we have the large Titanite shard, which we have 2 of. So, ooh, the dog is pretty aggressive. But yeah, let's just run away from those guys and we'll make our merry way up into the tower above. I guess I always kept that guy down just because he's an annoying son of a biatch. So here we are back in the waterway and almost at the Firelink Shrine. By the way, our current gear, we are using the black armor and the thief mask because I think they look quite awesome. But I think it's about time we replace some of this gear. So that might be what's on the agenda for this episode. And I know we are going to Blight Town, and everyone is going to love the Blight Town. Everybody loves the Blight Town, girl. That's where everybody's going these days. It's the place of hipness and party and stuff. So as you can see, Donal has actually... Oh, is he there? I think he's there. Actually, he sits on the bridge there. He's actually moved. He was super quick. But he's over there, and you can purchase some stuff from him. Basically have the same gear as of right now, but eventually he'll gain a larger amount of different stuff. So let's rest up here, so we don't have to go down to the depths again for like forever. So Let's see what the crestfallen has to say.
How did that old man make it back? Unexpected. But I suppose stranger things have happened. You again? There's no... Oh, that...
So, nothing special from him. Let's see if they have already gone. Yes, they have. As you can see, these guys are actually gone. If we went up right after the Capra Demon, they would have arrived here, and we would get an explanation that they actually went down into the catacombs on a pilgrimage. That's it. And one of these character was a maiden, and she was apparently some sort of royalty in the country they're from, Thorland. So yeah, and here we have the guy from the swamp. Let's talk to him as well.
Well, I see you made it out. Yeah, I made it out safely too. I have my pyromancer of the Great Swamp, so I can usually manage with a bit of care. Oh yeah, by the way, I can share my spells with you. I think you have a knack for it. All you need are the materials. I'll be pleased to help you. Unless you find the magic's unsavory.
Let's say yes.
Oh really? Well, that's a shame. But it's your choice. I'm on the fringe. Yeah, I know. Undead or not, that's who I am. I only wish that I could have repaid you somehow.
Well, you can repay me by teaching me my magic.
Oh, hello there. I'm pleased to see you safe. Oh, and if by chance you've had it, I'll be pleased to assist. Yeah, wonderful. I'm sure that they'll be of some use, some assistance. Well, let's get started.
I like this voice actor, by the way. He's actually pretty cool. So he can upgrade our pyromancer flame if we just pay some souls. It'll deal a bit more damage. We can buy the fire orb spell, which is quite nice. We could buy iron flesh, which will increase our pyromancer Carmina, who harness the power of flame to actually to actualize the inner self. Iron flesh boosts defense and resilience, but gets super slow. Flash sweat boosts fire resistance if that's needed in any situation. We can also buy an additional fireball spell, which may give us 8 additional costs if we have another attunement slot. So both the fireball and the fire orb spell are pretty nice to have. You know what? I'm actually going to let's do something ballsy. Let's use our large soul of a brave warrior. This one. 8,000 souls. That's coincidental. Let's buy let's buy the fire orb spell. Let's also buy the fireball spell, just in case.
Goodbye. Come back if you.
And yeah, thank you, guy.
Oh well, I'm pleased to see you as always.
Could we modify the pyromancer flame? I guess we should do that probably later on. It does scale at like E with the intelligence, but only increases damage by 5. So let's talk to him.
Pyromancy is the art of casting fire. Produce flame, then channel it. Just as our ancestors did. A pyromancer must be in tune with nature herself. My home, the Great Swamp, is an abundant store of nature. You will understand one day. It only takes time. Pyromancy has a, well, rather primitive aspect to it. It messes poorly with advanced culture, and pyromancers are considered rather unsavory. Which is fine, as I never got along with anybody anyway. So, for me, turning undead didn't change a thing. A pyromancer's flame is a part of his own body. The flame develops right along with his skill. Oh, sorry. You're a pyromancer yourself. You already know this. A pyromancer's flame...
that's what he says currently.
Oh, sorry.
So yeah, we have our new spells. Let's try it out and see what it's like. It uses still uses I guess 1 slot. We have 2 slots actually, so we could use 2 spells. I didn't realize we had two slots. You change them by simply changing, pressing up on the D-pad. So fire orb is like this. Simply a bigger explosion of fire. A really, really good spell actually. So I want to keep that with me. Yeah. Ooh, where do we want to go? Yeah, I think we're gonna go down this way right here to the... Oh. By the way, you want to make sure before you go. You can see this guy. Lautrec. Where is he? He's gone. But she's still here. Which is quite strange. And she won't say a thing. So Lautrec is gone after you kill the gaping dragon. I think that's what triggers his vanishing. Because you can actually summon him to use him against the gaping dragon if you want to. But now he is gone, while the travelers that arrived from Thorland also ventured away, I guess. But we'll see more of Lautrec. Oh yes, we will. By the way, the ninja flip backward move is such a cool move. Let's go down to New Londo again, because I wish I actually had some more of these purple moss clumps, but I guess we don't, so I guess we have to deal with this stuff as we move along. I actually had that item. I thought I had missed that one, but oh well. Let's go down into Blight Town. So this is one of the places. Oh, right through here. This is one way we could take to reach Blight Town, if you have the master key, that is. If not, you have to take the route by killing the gaping dragon and going through the other direction. So these guys are pretty strong and actually quite fast as well. And they poison you if they hit you. They have a ton of health. So you might wanna... Yeah, as you can see, it does a lot of damage. Let's test out our fire orb on these guys and see how that does. That did a lot of damage. Boom! Pretty fun spell to use as well. Let's just test that out. And yeah, it's fairly efficient. I like that. So you can also backstab these guys, by the way, like this. So they have the same like model as the butcher does, I think, except for they have some other textures. That's pretty nice. You can get the large club, by the way, from these guys. And this club, really nice scaling on this club, I think. A scaling with strength, and it actually looks like one of the weapons they are wielding. So one of the better weapons, to be honest. Now you can see we have one humanity activated on us from the previous butcher. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't think you would swipe that far. But yeah, we have one additional humanity. We want to use that when we get to the bottom of this place. Yeah, you're going down, son. These drop a lot of souls, or at least some souls, and some dung pies, which we don't really need, but might as well. This right here is Blight Town. As you can see, this is the bottom of the Undead Burg's like walls there. And down here there is a lot of poison, a lot of dirt, and basically everything that was thrown away. And if you watched my Demon Souls Let's Play, this place is fairly reminiscent of the Valley of Defilement. Here we'll find the key to New Londo Ruins, which actually opens the door we opened with the Master Key in episode 2, back at the elevator there, which we just came from. So if you want to go from the other way, you'll actually come from the area over there, and you go down and come up at this ladder here and exit through this path we just entered through. And the key to New Londo Ruins. The ruins of New Londo were blocked off, for the cursed ghost posed danger to life and spirit, and the legends speak of a terrible dark which was sealed away. So apparently there is a terrible dark sealed away in New Londo. I love the lore around surrounding New Londo. It's really, really awesome. And we'll get some more eventually once we go down here. Be careful when you drop down, by the way, because you can take full damage. These guys, pretty horrible, and the mosquitoes are even worse. These guys are trying to poison you, and they're super hard to hit with my scythe, so might want to go toss some fireballs at these guys. Oh, they actually survived that. No, they don't. They die from one fireball, so that's really nice to know. Okay, so there are a couple of things we can do here right now. We can go down to the bottom. That's what we're going to do, right? So let's make our way down the ladders. There are some items we want to pick up on the way, but I actually recommend that you go to the bottom first, because if you look to the left there, to the right, there is a guy, and he's actually shooting at us with some sort of dart, a poisonous dart, actually toxic dart. And toxic is like the worst version of poison. So it'll deal tons of damage to me, and I won't really have anything to do against him, since I don't have any ranged capabilities except for I guess the fire pyromancer flame that I have. So we want to come up here eventually, because there are some more stuff across that little. Oh, there was a big mosquito there. Across that little. See the tree branch over there. So you might want to take care of that later on. Nice to know that we can damage these guys through walls, by the way. That's good to know. As you can see, this down there is a huge little white thing with lots of spikes in it. And over there is a huge tree of some sort. I'm not sure if you can see it, but yeah, there is a tree there. The tree stretches all the way up here as well, with the roots. So if you remember what we read on the Caduceus shield previously, there were some arch trees down back in the old days. And yeah, that's one, might be remnants of some of the arch trees, maybe stretching its root up to the real world. So you want to take this wheel, the water wheel down here, and we are almost at the bottom. Now might be a good time to actually put on our ring, our rusted iron ring. But we will have slow roll once we put that on. So let's remove our armor and see how we fare. We still have a slow roll. Guess we need to remove the gloves as well. Now we have quick roll, so that's amazing. So here we can just let's climb down just for the sake of it. Okay. The sake of it. It's starting to sound like some sort of, I don't know, some sort of marketing person. Oh, I kicked him. That wasn't intentional. So these guys actually are, I have no idea what these are. They look like some sort of twisted, I mean, humans or hollows, I guess. And they have grown wings or something. And they can actually breathe fire. And they look like bugs. So I think they might have some relation to the Witch of Izalith, because they have some relationship with fire. But in here we have the bonfire in this region. And this one is prime for actually kindling, so we want to use our a couple of souls here, so we can kindle this bonfire. Oh, I guess we need to reverse our holding first, but I'm not gonna kindle it fully. I'm just gonna kindle it up to about, I guess, 15 of these should do, because of this. See the water out there? That's not just water, it's also poisonous water. So we want to have, look at our leg there. Oh my god, that looks terrible. Ah, my leg is burning. Twisted like a... Ooh, that looks really terrible. Poor Anora. Oh well. Anyway, we have about 2,000 souls, which is not enough to actually upgrade anything. And there you almost saw like a summon sign there for another player, which would help us against the next boss. But we are not going to use... that's a rule I make, by the way, in this playthrough. I'm not going to use player summons, because that makes things pretty trivial. Even though I used the summon in the previous area with the Moonlight Butterfly, I think that's the only summon I'm going to use in this game, because I wanted to show off how the summon system works. So that's my justification for that, by the way. So we got a dragon. We got a Titan slab there, and we also got the dragon scale. We have gotten one before, actually, as well, from one of the bosses, but a dragon is inseparable, I guess, from the Hydra. A dragon is inseparable from its scales, and the transcendent apostles who seek the perpetuity of the ancient dragons have crossed the very end of the earth to seek this invaluable treasure. So yeah, that's pretty cool. You can use those to upgrade certain weapons, like the axe we got from the boss, the Gaping Dragon. Let's take a look at this. The Dragon King Great Axe, I think. This axe, one of the rare dragon weapons, is formed by the tail of the Gaping Dragon, a distant deformed descendant of the everlasting dragons. The axe is imbued with a mystical power to be released when held with both hands. So that's a pretty amazing weapon. But yeah, here it's super useful to have the ring, by the way. You can move really quickly, but you can see the power of the poison really tickling out down our health. So we should have some poison resistance, don't you think? I think we should. Here we got a soul of a large knight, and we are being invaded by Man-Eater Mildred. This chick looks like a lot like the butcher, but she is not the one in the different or in the previous area that we actually went to kill in the depths. This one is actually one of the returning NPCs from Demon Souls, I guess. She is actually in a similar character is in Demon Souls. But this time, she just invades you here, and once you kill her, if you're in human form, you can summon her as an NPC. Oh, by the way, you can loot her for some humanity. And we also got a weapon from her, actually, but it didn't show up in the... I guess in the log there. Oh well. We got a weapon from her. We got the... Where is it? We should have gotten a weapon from her. Yeah, there we go. The butcher knife, which is actually an axe. Giant butcher knife wielded by the undead man-eating cook lurking in the depths. More a tool for... there we see a man-eating cook in the depths. That's the people we killed previously. And it says... Oh, we have some more mosquitoes here. Where is it? And it also has the flavor text. More a tool for subduing and preparing live catches than an actual weapon. Those who have faced this deadly blade have a deeper sense of how helpless prey they must feel. So yeah, pretty indicative of how horrible that is. That's actually an axe, so it's really cool. It has some neat attacks and it has a great scaling with strength. So if you want to test it out, then by all means, go ahead, use the butcher knife. You can get this pretty early on. You can get it immediately after you start the game by going down here. But be aware of that Man-Eater Mildred will be quite difficult to take on early on. So we got some more large knight souls, which are super good. Ooh, I love those. But yeah, there are some stuff here we want to take care of before we go into that big thing over there by the end. So since we are already poisoned, we don't get the poison doesn't take faster since we're going here or anything like that. But there are some items down here that we want to pick up. This is Pyromancer Poison Mist. This is super nice. And we also got some the set that we started the game with, the Pyromancer set. So apparently this little fella here was actually a Pyromancer. The Poison Cloud spell actually is used. It does exactly what it's advertised. It creates Poison Cloud, which currently continues to poison enemies that stand inside it if they are not immune to poison, of course. These enemies right here are usually farmed by casters pretty early on. You can get some of the items that give you, I guess, upgradable green chunks that can be used to upgrade magic weapons. So that is scaled with intelligence. So going down here pretty early if you're a caster is a really good idea. And these guys die pretty easily now with our weapon, and we get poisoned again. Later on we'll get an item that actually increases our... These guys actually hurt quite a bit, by the way, so be careful. But we have an item that... We'll get an item that actually increases our poison resistance by quite a bit, so... It's pretty nice to know. But yeah, let's make our way behind this huge tree, by the way. That was what I mentioned earlier, so... Ah! Come here! Come here today! Large Titanite shards. Those we are going to need actually to upgrade our weapon. So that's really nice. Thank you. Thank you a lot. Oh, really appreciated that, by the way. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. Let's use our heal. Let's... Oh, I want to kill all these guys just for the sake of them having a chance to drop those Titanite shards, which we might... Yeah, another one here. Oh, that was on a corpse though, so... these are pretty farmable. Oh, but I generally don't really farm characters or souls. Characters or souls. I don't farm souls or items in the souls games generally. And you want to go back here with one of the items we get later on after we ring the bell, and you'll be able to farm these guys for tons of this Titanite if you want to upgrade armor, for example. Hey, even more wonderful place. Really amazing if you have, especially if you have the rusted iron ring. If you don't have the ring, then this place becomes much more of an ordeal. Green Titanite shard, you get 5 at a time, which is really amazing if you're a caster. So yeah, these slugs, by the way, have the same animations as the slugs in the Valley of Defilement. So clearly there is like a common shared theme among those two places. You get the server. Server is actually a sword, I think. Let's take a look at server. I'm gonna serve this up. Server, a curved greatsword used in the mysterious ancient rite, imbued with the occult. So occult weapons are basically referred to as the weapons that oppose gods, basically infused with dark magic, I guess. So yeah, there are some occultism in this game, and that means basically defying the gods, defying the Gwyn and his pantheon. of Nito and Sif and not Sif but Seath, I guess, and and the Witch of Isolith, I guess. Now we can go up this tree here, by the way, if we want to. We should probably do that. Let's go up the tree because in here there are some secrets, and this is so well hidden. I have no idea how people discovered this, but here's a plank shield, the shield that manager Mildred used. So you can go full Mildred by... Oh, we had 2 target shields as well. By going with a plank shield, makeshift shield built from wood planks provide minimal protection but at a cost of moderate humiliation. So you can go with the butcher head and basically roleplay. But through here, there is a hidden passage. This is really well hidden, by the way. This crate here, or this chest, has a twin humanities in it, which is really interesting. But there is another hidden passage behind this wall, behind this chest, and you wouldn't even expect this to be here, but this is such a well hidden secret. I guess it's not a secret anymore, but I think this is pretty cool, if you ask me. So down here there is actually the Great Hollow, as it's called. It's a big tree. So we could slide down this ladder here, and there are actually ladders here, so there must have been some people going up and down from this place. But this place is a huge tree, and it goes down all the way. So you can light this bonfire. I recommend actually doing this for a reason I'm about to show you. Let's level up first, though. Let's get our, I guess, we should get our endurance up a bit. Because there is an item here that we want to get. We want to jump down into the middle here. As you can see, there are tons of items down here, but we don't want to go down here just yet because there isn't really anything for us, and it's really difficult to get back up. So you see the item down there, not the one to the left, but the one in the middle. You want to just roll down there. Make sure you don't fall into the hole there. Make sure you land on top of this, and we'll get the Chloranthy ring, or the Chloranthy ring. This ring is amazing, and it's used by everyone. It boosts stamina recovery speed. So the ancient ring, this ancient ring engraved with a large green flower is of unknown origin, hastens the regeneration of stamina. So if we wanted to, we could use this ring. We could use the mask, the mask of the child, and we could use the Grasscrest shield to have amazing stamina regeneration, which we might just do that later on. That's amazing. That's one of the stamina builds, I guess, you could have for playing the game. I might even do that later on if I'm so lucky. Whew. By the way, if I didn't mention this before, but the masks that drop from Pinwheel are entirely random each time you play the game. So if you want to build your character up with one of the masks, because they have different stats. One increases equipment load, like the ring, Havel's ring. One increases stamina regeneration, and one increases your health. So if you want to build a build around that, make sure you go to Pinwheel early on. We'll continue down here later. It's pretty cool, but it's better or more suitable towards the end of the game, I think, to go down there. So yeah, that's something exciting for you guys to wait for. Let's make our way over here now. I'm going to do 2 things before I end this episode off, and that is getting our new armor for us, and we also want to get something important, which is also back at the place we were previously. But before we do, you see an item down there. We want to jump down into the sludge here, kill some of these guarding the items. And here we have green titanite shard, one of these. So now we have about 6 of them, so we can get some pretty nice upgraded weapons if we want to. But we really don't want that just yet. Do we? No, I don't think we do. And this is the pathway we would come down from if we decided to go the regular route, I guess we could call it. We'll go up that later on. I'll take that after I've actually rung the bell, I think. Yeah, we'll see. Before I go back to the Estus Flask, I want to check out one thing over here, because I know there is a couple of items that we actually have missed. Over here in the corner, this item is actually really a pain to get, because these guys... remember these guys? Yeah, these guys have rocks, and they hit for a lot of damage if you don't dodge them, so... You get the Great Club. Remember you got the club earlier? This is the Great Club. I think we got the... Did we get the club right? Or am I messing this up? I think we got the club right. We got the... Yeah, by the way, they throw the rocks as well, so might not want to go into the pause menu just right now. Wait, Fruitless, you're messing this up. You have to do this properly. Another... Oh, there we go. That was a rock throw. Here we got the large Titanite shard. We can accumulate a lot of these now, actually. That's really nice. So, yeah. Let's make our way up here. What should we... let's rest first, though. Let's get some more of these, the Estus flasks, because I need a lot of Estus flasks in this little area we're going to next. Whew. This is a lot harder than the boss, by the way. This little area we're going to next. I dislike this area. One of the worst areas in the game. In addition to the sewers, of course. But let's take care of these. Luckily, I actually have enough dexterity, or we have enough dexterity to actually take care of those guys now. That's really nice. But let's get back up on this water wheel. Well, I guess it's really not a water wheel, but it's some sort of, like, I guess, yeah, this elevator here. So what we want to do is you want to make our way back up to the little like branch I showed you earlier. So we want to get up to the top. Oh, let's roll off this little thing. This little thing here. We go up. Now remember that all the mobs are respawned, by the way, and if we die, we spawn back to where we were. Oh, let's take care of that guy. And here is the path we are actually going to take. Make sure you avoid those arrows that are shot at you, and make sure you have, I guess, good lighting here, because the footing on that little branch is extremely easy to mess up. Over here is the item I was looking for. See, this corpse is right here, and he has a mask of the sealer, a crimson robe, crimson gloves, and a crimson waistcloth, and tin banishment. Stop interrupting me, I'm explaining something. Okay, you're going to burn. Thank you. So, this gear here and a tin banishment crystal. This gear is pretty amazing. As you can see, it weighs a bit more than what we have, but increases all our stats. Robe of the sorcerers who flooded New Londo to seal away the dark wraiths, and the 4 kings who descended into dark. The sealers were once known as healers, and the bright crimson was a symbol of that. So that's pretty interesting. Remember what we saw on the key that we had previously, the key to New Londo. The ruins of New Londo were blocked off, for the cursed ghost poses danger to life and spirit, and the legend speaks of a terrible dark which was sealed away. So the 4 kings apparently is related to this terrible dark. Yeah, and the gloves as well. Really awesome set. And the legs are also, or I guess the legs are, yeah. The legs are also, I guess, really cool, but there is... Oh, we got the remedy sorcery, actually. Remedy. Oh. But the worst part of that gear is actually the gloves. They are negligible. They don't really have good stats, really. But the head is pretty cool. It symbolizes their resolve to keep the seal shut forever and their atonement for all who were sacrificed. But 2 of the 3 forsook New Londo upon tiring of their duty. So there apparently were 3 of these guys. One of them is down here. He's one of the ones that forsook his duty. The other one is in New Londo, and I'm not really sure where the third one is, but I'm certain you'll be able to find out if you just Google some stuff. Okay, before we end the episode off, we want to do one more thing. Oh, by the way, up here, there isn't really anything else here. I think there are some pathways over here that leads to, like, nothing, and up here is also a dead end, I think. If not, maybe there isn't one item over here or something. Well, an enemy at least, so I guess that's worth it. Here we have a message. Dead end ahead. Yeah, there's nothing really over here. Imminent dead end. So if you want to waste some time, you go up here. There's really nothing of note. Whew. Let's use our health SS flasks to get back up. By the way, we got another item as well. I want to show that off just before we go. There, the tin banishment crystal, catalyst of the banishment sorcerers who flooded New Londo to seal away the dark wraiths. and the kings who fell to the dark, the 4 kings. In contrast to other catalysts, the metal catalyst qualifies as a weapon as it inflicts physical damage, however small. So you can use it as a physical weapon as well, which is nice. So here, be careful, by the way. Oh, you might want to jump over there if you're daring, but I really don't use that way. We are actually heading in that direction just now. I just prefer to go up this way first, and then jump down once we get over there. So first of all, I'm gonna make sure my health is topped off. Then we're gonna run and make sure we stay away from those poison darts because they are horrifying. Look at that. Oh my god. So we want to get this item. Soul of Proud Knight. You want to roll down here as well. Ha! Watch the dogs. Take this Firekeeper soul. That's the one we wanted. Heal up. And get out of here. Nothing else worth noticing up there. That place is freaking terrible. So yeah, we died there, but we got what we wanted. And actually, we triggered an event once we actually obtained that Firekeeper soul. But what event was that? And what consequences will that have for our Anora here? We'll find that out in the next episode, and then we'll also ring the second bell of awakening. See you guys then. Bye bye.